In this video, you'll learn how to link Revit models and control the positioning of the link. You'll also see how to link other file formats and manage linked files. When you need to link or import a file, switch to the Insert tab. In the Link panel, you can see several tools for linking files. And in the Import panel, you can see a few tools for importing files. Be aware that when you import a file, you actually import that data into your Revit project. So you need to be aware of what is actually in the file that you are importing. Some of the data could negatively impact the performance of your Revit project. For this example, we have a new project created using the architectural template, and we'll link another Revit project. On the Insert tab, in the Link panel, click Link Revit. This opens the Import Link RVT dialog, and you can navigate to the location where the Revit model is that you want to link. For this example, I'll select the linked model exercise file. Next, we need to pay attention to the positioning options. There are automatic options that will automatically place the link. There's center to center, which will place it at the geometric center of the host project using the geometric center of the link. The internal origin to internal origin option will match up the internal origins. In order to use the by shared coordinates option, the models need to have the same shared coordinate system. The project base point to project base point option will match up the project base points. Additionally, there are manual options, and you can manually place the link using the internal origin, the base point, or the center. For this example, I'll select Auto Internal Origin to Internal Origin and then click Open. When I do, you can see the linked Revit model. Be aware that if you cannot select the link, it's likely due to your selection settings. If Select Links is disabled, you won't be able to select a link. So you can enable Select Links, and then you should be able to select the linked Revit model. Additionally, if somebody accidentally moves the link, or you accidentally move the link, you can select it, right-click, and use one of the reposition options. There's a reposition to project base point and reposition to internal origin option. Since we used internal origin to internal origin, I'll select reposition to internal origin, and the linked Revit model moves back to the internal origin. With the link still selected, I will click Pin on the contextual ribbon tab so that we pin the link, and that will usually keep it from accidentally moving. Also, once you pin it, then you may not be able to select it due to the Select Pinned Elements selection setting. So you need that enabled, and then you'll be able to select it. Or you can disable it so that you don't accidentally select it if you don't want to be dealing with any of the links. As far as visibility and graphics goes, you can still use the Visibility Graphics Overrides dialog to control the visibility and graphics of the link. I'll open the Visibility Graphic Overrides dialog, and we can use the tools in the Model Categories tab, and anything we do here will also affect the link. But if you want to control the link specifically, then you can switch to the Revit Links tab. And on this tab, you can make the link halftone or underlay, or you can click the button in the Display Settings column to open the RVT Link Display Settings dialog. And in this dialog, any changes you make will only affect the linked model. For example, I'll change to the Custom option here on the Basics tab, and we could select one of these options, or we can also switch to the Model Categories tab and then change the option to Custom, and now we can make changes here that's similar to what we had on the Visibility Graphic Overrides dialog, but now the changes we make here will only affect the link. For example, if I come down to the Walls category and then click the button under Cut Lines, and we can change the color to green just so we can see it, and then I'll click OK to close each dialog. And now we can see that the walls are green in our linked Revit model. Additionally, I'll go back to the Visibility Graphic Overrides dialog and switch to the Revit Links tab, and I'm going to change it to halftone and then click OK. And now we can see it become very dim. If we go to the Manage tab and expand the Additional Settings button, we can click Halftone Underlay and control the underlay and halftone settings. For example, if I decrease the brightness and then click OK, we can see it become even more dim. So you can use halftone and underlay and then those halftone underlay settings to get the visibility and graphics exactly like you want them to be. Also, on the Manage tab in the Manage Project panel, you can click Manage Links to open the Manage Links dialog. There are a few things that you can do with linked files. So on the Revit tab, I will select the model that we linked, and we can unload the link. So if you don't need it for the time being, you can click Unload and then unload it, and the link will remain and the status will simply be not loaded. And you can always go back and click Reload, or you can even click Reload From and reload the link from another location. I'll click Reload, and now we can see the status has changed back to loaded. If you no longer need the link, you can select it and then click Remove, and then you can remove the link altogether. Additionally, on the Revit tab, there's an Add button, and you can click Add to open the Import Link RVT dialog, and then you can link a Revit model. So instead of using the tool, you can open up the Manage Links dialog and use the Add button and link in a file. So here we linked in the same Revit model using the Manage Links dialog. So we had removed the link and then we added it back in using the Manage Links dialog. I'm going to go back and I'm going to remove it again, and then I'll click OK. And we'll take a look at a few other options here. Back on the Insert tab, you can see that there are several tools to link additional files. You can link to IFC files, CAD files. If you have some type of scan data in a point cloud, you can link the point cloud. If you have a Navisworks model, either an NWD or NWC file, you can link that using the Coordination Model tool. You can link PDF files, image files, and several options there.